They will regret opposing me.
Hey guys, and welcome to another matchup guide. Today, the focus will be on Darius. Before reviewing the matchup, we are gonna talk about what you need to know about Darius and his abilities in this one. We are first gonna talk about his Q spell. In the middle of his Q, there is a circle in which you can go in order to not take any damage. It's really easy to go inside thanks to your E. Note that if you do it, you won't get any bleed stack from his Q, and he won't heal off that either. Now we are gonna talk about his E. Darius can use his pull to directly fight you, or he can also use it in order to cancel your 4Q and knock up. This is why it's important to wait for his E to be in cooldown before using your 3rd Q, or in some cases, to even start a fight. But if you are feeling confident, you can also predict the hook and dash behind him with your E. Quick info about his W. You sometimes might see him using it on minions, but keep in mind that he gets a 50% mana and cooldown refund if he lasted them with it. Let's now jump into one of my previous games and watch the matchup closely. Keep in mind that it only was a mid-plat level, so this Darius was still making a lot of mistakes. Darius is really strong early game, especially with Fervor as keystone. What I usually do is let the game push early game by sacrificing CS and farming with Qs if necessary. Whenever Darius uses his Q near you, try to dodge it by dashing or running away. But if you actually can take a trade, then just dash in the middle of his Q as I do in this clip. Since his hook was available, I held my 3rd Q until he pulled me in order to not win the trade that I just won. Zac and Darius actually forced a fight that they should have not forced. Darius' abilities were in cooldown when mine were not. Darius used an awful hook that he missed. I'm then waiting for my Q to come back to fight him as one of his most important spells is in cooldown as I'm full health. As you can see, I also used my Q to dash in the middle of his Q to avoid taking damage from it. I then disengage with another Q. Darius is about to use a Q in order to farm. As it is an important spell, I'm taking advantage of it by fighting him because it is in cooldown and I did not get hit by it. There is a good way of forcing Darius E cooldown. Fight him with a QW plus auto, then disengage as soon as possible with a EQ away. It's even easier once you got your phage as it gives move speed when you auto attack. Once you are ahead or got enough item, it is really easy to kill Darius in lane, but you really need to be careful and dodge as much abilities as you can. Darius does not kill you because he is good, but because you were not paying enough attention. I'm gonna make a summary of the matchup as I could not show everything in clips. First of all, note that I was ahead thanks to the early game double kill, but it changes in no way how to trade against Darius. Player on his cooldown, you have to fight when his Q or E is down. You usually want some short trades and keep a dash or two to disengage. Do not waste your 3rd Q in his E because you could lose a trade of that. Use your Q or E to get into the middle of Darius' Q. When fighting Darius, be careful to not reach 5 stacks. Try to run away and wait for the stacks to be gone before fighting back. If Darius gets a Shen Vest pretty early, I would recommend you farming until getting your Black Cleaver before trying to fight him. As a keystone, you can either go Fervor or Storm Riders, but I will recommend you Fervor. Storm Riders is a choice if you want to run away from the slows of W and E. As first item, Black Cleaver will be the most optimal choice as Darius should normally go for armor. And anyways, the move speed and HP given by Phage and Cleaver can make a difference. If you feel the need to finish your boots earlier, Ninja Tabis will obviously be the best to lane against Darius. but you need to make sure it will be good against the whole team. I think I summed the matchup really well by giving the most important tips. It's now up to you to focus on the matchup with these tricks. Anyway, thank you for watching and see you soon.
They cannot go unpunished.